Biafrans, I swear, now go with the go so. Yes, men, they kill us every day, for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they here they run to? Move it down. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jollof. Something done the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come more. It they very close and they feel more. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it up. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. But now them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.
to have come this far. One thing I'm going to ask you, I think it's going to be the last question before I will allow you to rest, because you have been on this journey for a very long time and every day on the phone and all that. So I'm going to ask you one last question. The question is this: if, from what I've just read now about the motion for Biafra independence at the UK Parliament,
yes,
the wording is that the Office of the Commonwealth must make sure they use their diplomatic power and ties to compel, though they did not use the word compel, but to compel Nigeria government to organize referendum for a possible freedom of Biafra. And this is exactly what we are all asking. Now, if this did not happen, are you ready to lead us to do anything to get the freedom of Biafra?
Yes.
Which I'm going to be number one to follow you.
Yes. You think we're going to live like this, like a bunch of animals forever? Of course not. Of course not. It can't, they know it very well that we are coming, and I will come, and I'll bring hell with me. They understand it very well. You better give me Biafra now. If they do not give me Biafra now, the zoo, I'm making it very clear to the whole world so they understand what I'm saying very clearly. So that by the time that we are gone, history they will remember the deeds of God upon our lives. We have not come for anything else. I don't exist for anything else. It's only for Biafra to come. If you're not going to give me that Biafra, I will destroy everything I see on my path. I'm being honest with you. There is no other outcome. Forget about all those speaking grammar and that's rubbish. Give us a referendum, as those British MPs tried to do, in keeping with the fact that in England you have people that have soul and conscience. If you have a referendum today and people say foolishly vote to remain in one Nigeria, I will give up. But that's where we're going to, and nothing. You know where we are now. Do you think we are going to drop our guns now? Is that what you think? Are we going to drop it now? No.
No way.
You must negotiate, and that is going to be a referendum. They understand it, or else we give them hell, and they know it. If Boko Haram, a bunch of idiots that didn't go to school, can give you a tough time, imagine people who are educated and all over the world. But as you know, with Pharaoh, their ears will be blocked. They'll be doing their janja with some. They will think, oh, we have Ohaneze, we have George Obiozor, we have the likes of Hope, we shall prevail. But you'll hear their stories soon as well. We're not going back. Oh. We have come to die for what we believe. Thank you very much.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this very evening section. I appreciate everyone that has connected. As you join us, please invite others to join. Like and share the program in your platform. Like and share the program to family and friends. Try to reach out somebody out there to join us on this very program. And as you join us, also like the program and share. As soon as you join us, you click like and you share the program. If you have not yet subscribed, you can subscribe. Whether you are watching us on TikTok, or you're watching us on YouTube, or you're watching us on Facebook, wherever you are watching us on this program, I urge you to please make sure you invite somebody. Don't watch the program alone. As you join us, don't watch alone. This is our evening section. Sunday, we have our program only in the evening, and it is 1 hour program. So we will try as much as we can to update Biafrans, to keep people connected to the activities that is going on. That is why we have come. I wish every Biafran Christian a very happy Sunday. A very happy Sunday. I wish every one of you a very happy Sunday. And wherever you are watching from, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. Whether you are watching us from Biafra land, you're watching us from Nigeria, you're watching from any part of Africa, from Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand. You're watching us from Russia, you're watching from China. You're watching us from Israel. I welcome you to this very platform and I thank you for being part of this program. I can see my beloved brother Gerard is already there. Thank you so much, Gerard. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to strengthen you, my brother. So I welcome everyone that has connected, wherever you are connecting from. It is our Sunday sermon on Biafra restoration. As I have always said, if you are a Christian and you are not part of this very struggle for the freedom of the Biafran people, your Christianity is questionable. If you're a Christian and you're not supporting the cause of freedom, your Christianity is questionable. Your Christianity is questionable. Because there's no way you can be a Christian effectively and you do not support freedom, because the person whom you are following in footsteps fought for freedom. He fought for freedom. Christ fought for freedom from birth until his death. So that is why freedom should be something that has to be part of us as Christians. My own very self that is speaking, I'm a Christian. I go to church every Sunday. After going to church, I come back here, I worship as a Biafran, and I speak for my people. My Christianity doesn't stop me from being a Biafran. And my Christianity and my Biafranness is not at war. Nobody needs to teach me what to do or how to do it. I know it is my responsibility as a Christian to fight for freedom. So if you're a Christian and you have not yet deemed it fit to join the freedom movement, you don't know what you're doing. You should recheck yourself. Check your brain again if actually you are truly a Christian. So my fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world, I welcome every one of you once again today on this very episode of our explosive, exclusive program. And this evening we are going to discuss on our Sunday sermon, which says the blood and the truth. Biafra persecution, Christian genocide, 20th judgment. The blood and the truth. Biafran persecution, Christian genocide, and 20th judgment. These are the issues we are going to look into this evening. We are going to try as much as possible to utilize the little time we have to speak on this matter. And if you want to join us as we are anchoring the program, you can feel free to join us through the comment section. You'll see a link there. You click the link and you join us. If you are watching on TikTok, you can send your request. Once you send your request and I see your request, I will bring you in and you will air your opinion. Remember, in this very platform where you're watching this program, we do not come here to instigate violence. In this platform, we don't preach hate. In this platform, we don't attack people or individuals. We do not engage in propaganda, blackmail, or saga. In this platform, we promote only Biafra. We don't promote any group of persons. What we promote is the cause of Biafra. And everyone that is genuinely in this Biafran cause, we promote them and we are with them. We present Biafra to the world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. I can see my sister Blessing Akere, Messi Akere is there. Messi Akere TV. Thank you so much, Messi, for joining. Happy Sunday, Macy. So in our platform, as I have always said, we don't come to instigate violence. We come here to present Biafra to the world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. Nigeria being a failed state is no longer a propaganda. It is no longer a mere hearsay. It is the truth and nothing but the truth. And the international communities, people that mattered and are reasonable, are now saying the same thing. They're accepting that fact that Nigeria is a failed state. So what we do here is to provide solution to the failed state Nigeria. That failed state will provide solution to that failed state. That is what we do, and that is what we will continue to do, regardless what anybody is saying. We have come once again today to do what we know how to do best. And I urge every one of you that have joined us in this program to exercise patience with us, gently listen and participate in the program. Join us and make your contribution if you have any contribution to make. If you have any superior argument, feel free to bring up your superior argument. We will listen to you. Bring up your superior argument. We will listen to you. All we are here is to speak the truth and nothing but the truth, to educate and to bring information out to the doorstep, and also to keep Biafran people aware, keep Biafran people awake and aware. Also encourage them daily. That's what we do. My fellow Biafrans and wonderful people of the world that are watching this program this very evening, morning, afternoon, according to your own time zone. Great people of Biafra, lovers of freedom, truth and justice. Welcome to this very Sunday sermon, a day not for religion, but for revelation. Many of us have gone for our religious activities, to perform our Sunday religious activities. But what we are doing now is the most important thing that matters. The revelation that has to be done for mankind. The revelation that has to be done to save life. That is what we are doing now. That is our Sunday sermon. That is what I call it. We do that every Sunday, and we will continue to do that for as long as we have the opportunity. A day to speak the truth that the corrupt powers fear to hear. This is a day that people who are saying, even in their churches, pastors are supposed to be speaking truth to the authority. Sunday is supposed to be a day of revelation. But some people are making it as a religious service. They go to church, come back, go there, dance, jump up, and pray for what they are not supposed to pray for, and they go back home. It's a day to speak truth that the corrupt powers fear to hear. Today we expose the Nigerian terror syndrome, how the government that swore to protect the citizens became a silent partner to their tormentor. And how in twist of divine justice, the world, led by bold moves from Donald Trump, is finally awakening to this truth. We thank Chukwu Abiyama, who brought Donald Trump in the picture. Even when Satan and his agents have tried as much as possible to make sure that Donald Trump doesn't come up, he came up. All this while, Biafrans have been waiting for Donald Trump, and people thought it was for joke. It wasn't for fun. Some will come and tell us, do you think that Donald Trump will give you Biafra? We never said Donald Trump is going to give us Biafra, but something is going to lead to the coming of Biafra. And it needs somebody somewhere to trigger that press that button that is going to activate that. And that is exactly why we are calling for Donald Trump, because judging from his kind of a person, he's somebody who can take a drastic measure, take an action that will speak volume. And today, after the designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern, the whole world is focusing on Nigeria. It's not even as serious as it was in the first time. The first time in his first tenure, when he designated Nigeria, that was just a prophecy. That's what I call it. The very first tenor. It is not as it is in this tenor. The first tenor of Donald Trump, when he designated Nigeria, it was not as hot as it is now. In this era, it is very, very hot, and Nigeria is running helter-skelter. Not only that, the entire world is paying attention to Nigeria today. So you see, all this while when we have been waiting for him, and people try to mock us, oh, you think Donald Trump will give you Biafra? He didn't. But there is something that will happen to make us get to somewhere. And finally, we have seen it. So we are not just hoping on him for nothing. And finally today, his speech is shaping the Biafran struggle. The speech of Donald Trump is shaping the demography of Nigeria. That is what we have always wanted. There is a disease called complicity in these atrocities we are talking about in Nigeria. Every nation has enemies, but Nigeria's greatest enemy is within its own walls. Every nation has enemies, but Nigeria's greatest enemy is within its own walls. For years, the world watched Nigeria leaders claim to fight terror, while secretly funding, arming, and protecting the very killers they pretend to condemn. Churches burned, schools raided, children slaughtered, and all we had were lies of unknown gunmen. That has been their description, unknown gunmen. Yet those who speak up, like our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, are the ones thrown into cages. That is the Nigeria that every one of you know and see. I always say is that when the truth becomes illegal, the nation itself becomes the crime scene. When the truth becomes illegal, the nation itself has become the crime scene. Every one of us saw the disgrace that is happening in Nigerian court. The huge disgrace and disappointment that's happening in the world, and the whole world is watching. A disgraced country. When Trump called it a disgraced country, some idiots come out and they were angry. Today, you can see that disgrace even in their court. In every areas of Nigeria today, you see disgrace. Just because Trump said what is right and what is obtainable and what is everybody can see. The recent court appearance was not justice. It was judicial theater, a mockery of law and order. That is what you saw in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They staged a trial, but the verdict was written long before they gave the gavel fell. They just staged a trial, but the verdict of the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was written long before the gavel fell. That is why today they don't care what happened. They just want to get to their verdict that has been written already. What you saw that there was a courtroom of intimidation, not investigation. Instead of proving guilty, the system proved its own decay. The court of Nigeria continued to prove its own decay. Instead of trying as much as they can to prove Mazi Nnamdi Kanu guilty, they prove their own decay. The Abuja High Court stood not as a house of justice, but a shrine of compromise. A shrine of compromise. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stood unbroken, yet the Nigerian judiciary stood exposed and continued to be exposed. They thought they could silence him, but his silence spoke louder than their lies. The silence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spoke louder than their lies. They can't handle it. And in the midst of that trial, you saw the speech of Trump, the action of Trump. The action of Trump you are seeing today, the designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern is divine. It is divine. It is divine. What you are seeing from United States is a divine interruption. Then came the shock. The Trump action that rattles the corrupt corridor of Abuja. For the first time, the world power acknowledged the religious genocide. For the very first time, a world power acknowledged the religious genocide in Nigeria. The terror complicity and the human rights violation Nigeria has hidden for many decades. The truth America ignored for years was finally spoken. The blood of the innocent cried so loud. Heaven and made Washington hear. Trump moves wasn't political. I say it over and over again. Donald Trump move wasn't political. It was prophecy. The hand of justice began to move where the Nigerian courts refused to. The hand of justice began to move where the Nigerian court has refused to for many years. Today we are an international turning point. That is where we are. And that is why every Biafran must not get distracted. Forget about anything you are doing. Focus on what is before us. Focus on the agenda at hand. This international turning point, for the very first time, a world power is recognizing genocide against the Christians. And this is genocide against Biafran that metamorphosed into genocide against Christians. For the very first time, for many decades, finally it was mentioned by a world power. From the White House to the United Nations corridor, from Human Rights Council to special media spaces, the conversation has changed completely. Nigerian lies are no longer accepted at face value. That lie they have been telling for a very long time, it is no longer accepted at face value. The world is watching. The Biafran question is no longer a local issue. Did you hear me well? The Biafran question is no longer a local issue. It is a global conscience test. When the truth goes global, no dictator can localize it. And this is a fact. When the truth goes global, no dictator can localize it. Never. The people of conscience must wake up. This is an awakening time for every man of conscience, woman of conscience, across board, wherever you are. It doesn't matter. Fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world, truth seekers, this is not the time to be silent. Every lie the Nigerian government tells must meet your voice of truth. Every injustice must meet your peaceful defiance. We will not lift weapons. We will lift truth, unity, and discipline, as we have always done. Our civil disobedience, as you all know, tomorrow, Monday, sit at home. Our civil disobedience, Monday, sit at home, which is tomorrow. Our solidarity, our faith in justice are stronger than their bullets and bribed judges. All the bribes they give to their judges or the bribe they give to representative across board. Our civil disobedience, our solidarity, our faith in justice is stronger than all of that. Stronger than their bullets and the bribe they can offer. When the people become the court, justice cannot be delayed. That is why I assure you that Biafra is here. When the people become the court, justice can no longer be delayed. And as you can see, the entire world is paying attention to the Zoological Republic and the atrocities. Our freedom is very close. We are sending the final warning to the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. The final warning to the Nigerian state. You can silence men, but you cannot silence truth. Never, you cannot. You can jail voices, but you cannot imprison justice. The more you persecute, the more the world will investigate. Your greatest fear is not rebellion. It is exposure, and we will expose you to the highest level. We will. Take you to the bank. We will. Because the day Nigerian crimes are fully revealed, the name itself will tremble in history. Remember the word of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that Nigeria will be obliterated completely from the planet Earth. Mazi Samuel also gave the same promise, that the Zoological Republic of Nigeria will be obliterated completely. That name will cease to exist. Tyranny is loud for a season, but truth echoes forever. They cannot hide this truth. It doesn't matter how they try. The more they try to hide, the more voices are coming out of fashion. The more they try to hide the truth, the more voices are coming out to prove that there is genocide in Nigeria, which must be treated urgently. I came across another video that caught my attention, which I'm going to play. It is a video from one of the popular pastor. One of the popular pastor. I have been expecting to hear him speak on this issue, but finally he has spoken. And I would like to bring his video up so that we can be able to watch. He's a very popular pastor. Recently, he's making wave. He's making wave on very many issues. And he is directly affected in this very issue. And I have been waiting and looking forward to hear him speak. And finally, I saw his video. When I saw his video, I said, yes, that is it. And I have to play it so that you can hear. These are people who are directly involved in the North. These are people who knows firsthand of what we are talking about. These are the people who will tell you about what is happening in the North. When we say that the crisis did not just start from Boko Haram. What you are seeing that is happening today started far back before you begin to hear about Boko Haram. The genocide of the Christians have been there. These are the people who know that this very genocide we are talking about is older than Boko Haram. And when we come, we tell you that this very crisis that you are seeing, this genocide of the Christians that they are talking about today, is Biafran genocide transformed into Christian genocide. When we say it, some people think we are just talking because we want to talk. But people are coming out to speak. And when Abel Damina gives his own account, you will understand that what he has seen, if there is any other word to describe it, it is worse than genocide. Nigerian government is fighting so hard to see that people doesn't use that word genocide, but that is the right word to use. You cannot run away from it. That is the right word to use. If there's any other word worse than that, that should be used. Because what we are talking about have been happening for more than 30 good years. We are just talking about the ones that people can be able to account to. Apart from that, it started from 1945. From 1945, this massacre, because of the difference of tribe and religion, has been there. It didn't start from Boko Haram. They only decided to form Boko Haram when they saw they have gained ground. But the genocide have been committed over and over and over again. And today you see people who call themselves men of God come online and they lie about this. It is a shame. I want us to hear from this pastor, Abel Damina, because I have been waiting to hear his own tone. He's a northern also. I think he's a northern from the north. So he has first-hand information on what we are talking about. Let's hear the account of Abel Damina.
Abel Damina is my name. Look. I couldn't wait to get back home of the ongoing conversation. There's been this conversation going on whether there's a genocide in Nigeria or there's no genocide in Nigeria. And I listen to certain individuals who say there's no such thing in Nigeria. Well, whether you call it genocide or you don't call it genocide, let me speak as a victim. I am not just a student of research, but I'm speaking as a victim of these gruesome circumstances around the Nigerian people.
Exactly.
Where innocent lives have been taken away by some people who think they have more right than others in this nation. And some people have reduced it to herders and farmers clash. No, sir. This has been ongoing. I grew up in northern Nigeria. My father was a pastor with the Assemblies of God Church. One morning we just woke up in Assemblies of God Church, Samaru Zaria. There's somewhere adjacent the north gate of Samaru Zaria. My father was a pastor. All of a sudden we woke up in the morning, no provocation, nothing. And the next thing we were hearing was people were just running all over our house and the church with machetes and all of that. The next thing was they started pouring petrol all over the building, both the church and the house, because our house was attached to the church. And the next thing was flames. Everything was burned right down to ashes. We narrowly escaped, found a place where we could shelter ourselves in the military barracks. Eventually, they brought us back to the lecturers' quarters of ABU's area, and we had to camp with a family for weeks and months before we could rebuild and start life all over again. That is long. I'm talking about 1986, 87. What about the Metasine situation? Metasine was a sect of the Islamic religion who went around burning and destroying and killing Christians back in the 80s. This is far before there was anything like farmers and herders clash. Then fast forward. What about in the year 2000, where over 2,000 people were killed in Kaduna? Year 2000. What about the over 300 people that were victims of the Miss World in November 2002? All of them, they were not a part of the Miss World. They were just on their own. Something happened somewhere else, and they became victims of it. Lives were killed, houses were destroyed, and whenever they're carrying on this chariot, they'll be shouting, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, and they will carry their matches and carry whatever they have, and they will move in their numbers. And everybody on their way that is not chanting what they are chanting becomes a victim. I can go on and on. A few years ago, I was preaching in Kaduna for a great man of God, and I only succeeded in preaching Sunday morning service. After the service, the next morning, as we were preparing for the next service on Monday, the next thing I was hearing was the whole city is on fire. Kaduna is on fire. Please stay in the hotel room, don't come out. They are burning churches, they are killing everybody. That is how we are still hotel, but we are not sure for ourselves. Because they were going from hotel to hotel, room to room, killing people that were not chanting Allahu Akbar. And somehow God saved our souls. After about 4 days, we were able to leave Kaduna. But unfortunately, a friend of mine who was a pastor, Reverend Not God, Andrew of blessed memory, was caught in the midst of this as he was escaping for his life. They caught him because he was wearing a collar of a bishop. They hacked him to death, dug the ground, buried him and put a cross there. It is that little wooden cross that made people know that there was a corpse in that place. And this, my friend, was buried. These are real life situations. So for somebody to just sit down in the comfort of his home, maybe somewhere in the south, and be saying there's no such thing in northern Nigeria, My brother, you've not been a part of it. We've been right in the heart of the fire. I remember one night, these Muslim boys were all over the place in my school, and they were shouting, Allahu Akbar. They were looking for me. I had to escape. That night, my saving grace was that I found a female hostel, and I slept under the bed. By the next day, I left town. For what? I did nothing. No provocation. Just because I am preaching the gospel. And of course, some of them believe that once you are not of the Islamic faith, you are an infidel.
Imagine.
And they believe that if you kill an infidel, you will sleep with 7 virgins. All of this kind of indoctrination that leads to violence at the slightest provocation, whether it has to do with the people or not, you just get on the street. What about the Reinhard Bonnke crusade? I'm talking about the Reinhard Bonnke crusade in Kanu, where people were hacked, macheted, and killed just because a crusade where the gospel of Christ was going to be preached. And that is why I thank God for people like President Donald Trump, who lent his voice to what is going on here. At least, for whatever is what, there's an ongoing conversation all over the world.
Exactly.
The matter is no more put under the carpet. And we don't want just conversations. We want some action.
Yes.
We want some action. And in the midst of all this, it snowballed into the herders and farmers clash. It snowballed into banditry. And everything becomes very complicated. Very complicated. And people are dying by the day. There are people in northern Nigeria, places like Borno State, places like Plateau State, places like Benue State, places like Southern Kaduna, where whole villages have been taken over by some of these bandits, by some of these Islamic extremists, by some of these Boko Haram people. They've taken over whole villages, driving the villagers away. And somebody said there is no such thing in Nigeria. Why do we have IDP camps? Why do we have IDP camps when we never had an earthquake? We never had an earth tremor. Why do we have IDP camps when there is no natural disaster? Other than the fact that people are being made victims of what they have no knowledge of. In a secular state like Nigeria, where all religions are permitted to be practiced, this ought not to be allowed. This ought not to be allowed at all. Our government have a duty. Now, when you live in a country like that, where you don't know what becomes of you the next day, you go out, you don't know if you're going to come back. When you go to church, you're not sure if you're going to come back. When you live in such a country, it's almost as if there's no government. And because the first responsibility of government is security of lives and properties. That's the first responsibility of government, whether at the federal level, at the state level, or at the local government level. Because the population don't have access to arms. But unfortunately, some of these bandits, some of these terrorists, some of these extremists, they are carrying AK-47s, and you wonder where did they get them from. In fact, it's unfortunate that at a point in Nigeria, there was even a local government in Borno State where Boko Haram drove all our Nigerian security forces and put their flag there. It's very unfortunate. And the government of Nigeria needs to do something quickly. Otherwise, where this is taking us to, we do not know. This has to come to an end. The EDP camps need to be emptied. Let people go back to their homes. Let people go back to their villages. Let people go back to their farmlands. Let people go back to their habitations so that they can live normal lives. So they can live the life they're supposed to. This is very, very important. And this conversation is so critical at this time. And it's critical that I add my voice to it as a victim of this situation in a country like Nigeria. And I'm believing God that the day has come when this menace will surely come to an end. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Amen.
You have heard him. The man that spoke there is Abel Damina, a very popular pastor. You can see he is a victim. You see his own testimony, just like the other young man that did his testimony. His own testimony is firsthand. He witnessed it. His own family was attacked. His own father was attacked. The son of a pastor in the north. When you see all these people parading themselves as pastors, talking trash, I don't know where they're coming from. And that is how evil Nigeria is. That is why no sensible person should pray for Nigeria to leave the next minute. We know these people like this Abel Damina or whatever, they have no other choice. They have no choice. That is why in everything, after saying all they have to say, they will still tell you Nigeria, they will still say, God bless Nigeria. What do you expect them to say? They are in that trap. They're in that cage. But deep down in his heart, he knows that Nigeria is not viable. He knows. Why I love him is that he said the truth and nothing but the truth. Spill it out, not Martin whose heart is God. Just say it the way it is. Unlike the people, the general overseers that will come out and tell you they will not make any comment. In a very critical issue that have taken millions of lives, you say you don't have anything to say. Some of them will come and begin to say there is no genocide. In a government that went and hired, you could imagine a government that went and hired pastors and gave them uniform. Only a madman can continue to convince him or herself that Nigeria is viable. Nigeria is not viable and will never ever be. It doesn't matter how you think or how you feel. The only solution is to divide the country along tribal lines so that people can be able to be viable, grow in their own space at their own speed. People that have the same value system form a country. You don't mop off people together who didn't agree. And this idea of secular state, Nigeria cannot be secular state. It's not possible. You cannot force secular state in Nigeria. The only thing that has to be done is to disintegrate that zoo. Allow every region to practice what they want. You don't have to sit and begin to force people to practice what they don't want. The secular state. The North doesn't want the secular system. They want their caliphate. Allow them to have their caliphate. For as long as you continue to force the North to be part of this secular system, you are creating problem. They will never abide to it. Some certain entities in the North will never. And when we say this thing, some of you will think it's just, we are not against any religion. We are not against any tribe. But there is an orchestration sponsored by the British, making sure that this very gunpowder continues to explode and people continue to die. The British know that Nigeria is not viable. They know. But for them to continue to exploit the Nigeria, for them to continue to steal effectively Nigeria, they continue to support Nigeria to stand. If there is any country that is fantastically corrupt, it is Britain, not even Nigeria. If there is any country that is fantastically corrupt, it is Britain, not Nigeria. It was Britain that even taught Nigeria how to be fantastically corrupt. That lecture was given to Nigeria by Britain. They are the one that continue to write the script for Nigeria. So all these things we are saying, people not only people from the South are concerned. There are people who are genuine in the North. There are Muslims that are very, very genuine, that are not in support of this nonsense. There are Muslims that are very, very concerned. Some of them are confused. So many of them, I have played several videos here. I have played several videos where they themselves are confused. The kind of argument their own people are making. They are ashamed of the kind of argument their own people are making. So when we are talking about it, it is about humanity. Anyone that cares about humanity, these people, you cannot force them against their will to do what is not part of them. They are born to be violence. They are born to be that way. They want their caliphate by fire, by force. Allow them to have it already in the core North. They are already practicing the Sharia. Carve them out and give them their own nation to practice what they want. Likewise, the Yoruba people, give them what they want to practice. Allow the Biafrans and the Middle Belt to be on their own. Each one should practice what they deem fit. If they want to engage in business together, fine, they can, they still can. If they want to intermarry, they still can. If they want to visit each other, they still can. But let there be a drawn boundary for everybody to know his or her limits. That is what we're asking for. When we speak, we don't speak out of anger, not out of hatred. It's out of love. Even though every other ethnic group, they gang up against the Igbos and they are speaking lies, speaking hate, pushing different kinds of propaganda against us, but still, we speak out of love to save life. We speak for humanity. And even people in the north have the same concern that we have. So it is not just about us. I have played several videos where Northerners, and I'm going to see play more videos. I'm playing more videos where you see Northerners showing their own concern. I'm going to play a video from a northern woman showing concern of what is happening, for you to know that it is not just Biafran people. It is not just because we are Biafran, we are troublemakers. No. Listen to this woman.
Northerners are dying every day. Your people are dying every day. But you took matters into your own hand. You made placards to go outside and do a mass protest against Trump's invasion of Nigeria. Again, I repeat, Northerners are dying. Your people are dying, either of insecurity or of extreme hunger. But you took placards to go out to go and protest against Trump's invasion of Nigeria. At this point, yeah, I don't think there's anything that I can do to continue defending Northern Nigeria, because to continue defending, like, without your, what's it called, the more you try to defend them, the more they show you reasons why you should not stick out your neck for them. Our people have a huge problem, a very huge problem, which is not going to get fixed anytime soon. It's very painful to admit, but it is so it's so sad to see that this is the reality that we're living in this country.
That is the
Our
reality.
people are being killed. Northerners are being killed. We are plagued with insecurity. Mukadai muna da Lakurawa, mukadai muna da Fulani herdsmen, mukadai muna da Boko Haram, mukadai muna da bandits. We have so many factions, so many militia factions in northern Nigeria that are actively killing communities in northern Nigeria, not just Christian communities, Muslim communities. They are actively raiding, kidnapping, killing communities in Nigeria. And one sheikh is saying they are misunderstood, these bandits are misunderstood victims, and we should sit down and negotiate with them. While the other faction of the Northerners are out protesting against Trump's invasion, instead of going and channeling that energy towards demanding your government to protect its people so that Trump will not have a reason or an excuse to invade you people. You are. And let me just say this. This is going to piss off a lot of Northerners, but again, I've never been known to care. In a sane community, in a sane society, in a sane country, the treatment that Albani got would have been the exact same treatment that Sheikh Gumi is supposed to be getting from the Nigerian government. Because that man is openly sympathizing with terrorists, is openly calling for negotiation with terrorists. I don't know how negotiating with terrorists is a good thing, but our governments are known to be negotiators with terrorists, so that's not really something that's surprising. Especially given the fact that his values align with their own values, because sympathize with the terrorists, say they are misunderstood, rehabilitate them, and reintegrate them back into society. How can I sit down as a northerner, anybody that sits down with common sense and a critical sense of reasoning? How would you sit down and defend things like this? How would you start defending things like this? Misunderstood victims. I'm actually tired. I am so tired, because what's the solution? Where do we go from here? What's the solution? Because we have a government that is willingly negotiating with terrorists and openly sympathizing with them and rehabilitating them, while hundreds of innocent people keep dying every day by the hands of the same people that they are saying are misunderstood victims. justice in Nigeria is a myth. It's a big myth.
You do hear it? This is a woman in the north frustrated about the attitude of Dondarans in what is happening. So when we say it is not all of them, it's not all of them that are involved in this nonsense. You see the woman stating out completely that Shegumi is a terrorist. Is a terrorist. So there are people in the northern part of Nigeria facing these frustrations. There are some of them that are still have their senses complete. But there are a different group who are bent on Fulanizing Nigeria and Islamizing Nigeria for their own selfish interests. Trained terrorists. They are in the government. They are in the army. They are in the police. They are everywhere. You look at the woman speaking, what she said is fact. It's the truth. Okay, you don't want to call it Christian genocide. People are dying in the northern part of Nigeria, and somebody is coming all the way from the US to secure the life of those who are being killed. Instead of you channeling your energy to focus on your government to do something, if you don't want that very person to come, you will now focus on the person, calling the person's name and protesting against that person. And your sheikh is in the other side, making a case for the people that are murdering people, making a case for them, sympathizing with them. How do you add that up? What frustration is more than that? And that is what this woman is complaining about. So when we talk about this issue, it is not just about we, the Biafran people, not just about the Christians. There are facts and evidence that are pointing to every single thing we say. The Biafran genocide metamorphosed into Christian genocide. And today, even people who joined them to take the life of Biafrans, they are the ones that are badly hit today. They can't even cry. They don't even know whom to cry to. But I bet you at this point in time, the anger of the gods have risen. Chukwu Okike Abema has spoken, and there's no going back. Vengeance belongs to him, and vengeance must definitely come. I'm going to play another video from a sheikh in the north also. So it is good we'll bring information from the north, from a sheikh in the north, so that you can understand that there are some of them who are saying the same thing we are saying, even if they cannot be as raw as we are.
Back into the conversation, what do you make of the politicization of the arguments for and against the intervention of the United States and other interested parties in the international community? What do you think is playing out here?
What is playing out is deviation. We have deviated from the main track, the mainstream. If I, as a Muslim, forgetting that in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala categorically stated that destroying one's soul is equal to destroying the whole humanity. If he, as a Christian, forgetting the piece which says, "Thou shalt not kill," then we are deviating. There is no qualification whatsoever in the Bible when the Lord says, "Thou shalt not kill." He did not say, "Thou shalt not kill a Christian. Thou shalt not kill a believer." The meaning of this is that thou shalt not kill or allow killing of any person, any human being.
Exactly.
And the meaning of the Quran is also clear. Therefore, as Muslims, if we are to talk, we are not going to celebrate somebody killing a Christian. We are not supposed to support any person killing a Christian or an unbeliever. And as such, we're supposed to come together, talk to the government as people. Yes, there was threat from Donald Trump, and Nigeria was placed as a country of particular concern. We are not happy with that, but you, the politicians, are the cause of this, because it is your primary objective as politicians, as leaders, as government, to stop it. And you failed over time to stop it. Instead of us blaming those who are commercializing our blood, our blood, the Christian blood, the Muslims' blood, they are commercializing and politicalizing it. We failed to blame them. They succeeded in targeting me to be a blamer of my friend who is my neighbor, who is also a victim, inspiring me to deny that he was a victim. And they are now inspiring him to believe that I am not a victim. And we now come to blame the international communities for coming for their interest in our country. But we invited them, our failure invited them. If there wasn't killing in Nigeria, Trump would not dare say that he would place Nigeria as a country of particular concern.
So you hear the argument of that man. His argument is very, very genuine. His argument is very, very genuine. He has made a case. But the problem is that there are still some group of individuals that still believe that a non-Muslim is not supposed to live. So people like this with this kind of mentality and education should go further to ban all those books. Every book that is written that demands that people should lose their lives simply because they refuse to believe in one religion or the other. All those books that support that, they should ban those books, ban them completely. Because we have seen some people come online also and make argument that quote some portions, some books they have read, supporting what they are doing. Many quotations that were supporting what they're doing. Why don't you go further? Ban those books and extract those quotations. Remove them. Just as you said, no God will permit you to take the life of another human being. Not the Hindu. Not even the Hindu. Not other, not traditional religion. No God will allow you to take the life of another. No God will permit such. Because you can't create life. You don't have to take it. You don't have to. So all this is we are saying are the fact and nothing but fact. But for people to come and begin to deny it, that is the most painful. Every single person that is denying the genocide in Nigeria is part of the genocide. That should be locked up. These are the enemies of the people. Whether you are a pastor, whether you are a imam, whether you are a politician, whether you are whatever, and you refuse to speak at this moment and call it what it is. You just told us whom you are and who you are following. And the world is taking note. When the time comes, you are going to answer for every nonsense you have done. When the time comes, you're going to answer for it. The genocide is not stopping. Even as we speak, more things are going on. We are getting more complaints and more reports from all angles, from all corners. Reports are coming from every angle. As we speak, reports are coming. I want you to listen to what the Plateau State people are determined to do. The next action of people from Plateau State.
That is what they are doing. So they have already declared war. Now, from now to election period, we don't know how we are going to survive. Let everybody know this. So your movement, you must be very careful. And listen, sir, this coming week, all farmlands should be harvested. Not only that, sir, I got a carrying a cow here. But I have to win. Once it is dry season, burn every bush. I'm the one saying it. Fulani does not run any bush. And if they are not happy with this, they should take an action against me. Burn every bush that belongs to us. Yes. Enough of this. But in short, we are saying this thing that Fulani should stop grazing on our land. Yes. Since I am on record, Fulani should stop grazing on our land because grazing is a subtle way of terrorism. They acquire arms, they carry arms and use crazy and hide themselves. Either they'll come and pin down
The
for
truth.
10 evening hours,
They're saying
or
the
they'll
truth.
go and open fire on someone who is moving.
Absolute
So
truth.
security should stop that. And please, in our program, let's go that way. If need be, go Jimmy, let's go and see the sector commander and tell him the job Fulani should not grace, should not close this one. Fulani should not grace, should not exceed this point. It's our land. If Fulani are the border is there, the border is say can't share the place.
There are people taking actions. People are taking action. Nobody is ready to keep silent anymore. Because it is clear that the government is complicit. For the government of Nigeria and its officials to come and begin to attack the move to help the ordinary people, people have to take laws into their hand. This is Plateau State making their own move. They are banning grazing of the Fulanis in their land. Remember, in Biafra land, grazing was banned in the south, but yet they can't enforce it because of the government. They cannot enforce it because the government supports it. All the governors in the south came out. Remember, we saw it online when they made the meeting and said there will be no more grazing. And after that announcement, a northern cabal came out and challenged them that they are just making noise, that grazing will continue. And the grazing continues up to today. In Abuja, even in Abuja, federal capital, they are grazing in the public. And you begin to wonder, what grazing, what are they looking for? Inside the city, Abuja capital, you see cows everywhere. It is so sad. The zoological republic has ended. And that is how. But surprisingly, instead of people focusing on what matters, today they are focusing, you see some pastors are focusing on pushing hate speech, attacking the innocent people that have no problem with what is happening. The clown that called himself a prelate came and began to attack the Igbos, that Igbos are the problem of Nigeria. And I love the reply that Pastor Apoki gives to him. I love the response, and I'm going to play the response that was given to that idiot, that Nigeria is the problem of the Igbos. Igbos are not the problem of Nigeria. Igbos are not the problem of Nigeria. Instead, Nigeria is the problem of the Igbos. They are the reason we are scattered everywhere. They are the reason we can't even find our feet. They are the reason we are entering into different kinds of illegal businesses. They are the reason we can't even know our left and right today. They have destabilized our region through their false flag operation, created different kinds of security outfits, criminal, and gave them guns to destabilize everywhere in the southeast. Nigeria is the problem of the Igbos, not the other way around. And I'm going to play that response that was given by Apoki. I want you to listen to this response. It is loaded with confirmed information, truth, and nothing but the truth. The hard truth. I want you to pay attention. The hard truth, those kind of truth that they don't want to hear. That is the truth that is spoken on this very place. The truth they don't want to hear, they will hear it by fire, by force. I want you to hear the response given to that prelate or whatever he called himself.
I saw video online about the prophets, primate Ayodele. He made some categorical statements that need to be answered. Number one, he said that Igbos are the problem of Nigeria. Number two, that they are desperate to become president. Number three, that they can never be president of Nigeria now or in future dispensation. Number four, that the Igbos betray one another. Let's take them one after the other. Number one, the spirit of the prophet is under the control of the prophet. His up to 65, you should not be talking anyhow because you are a prophet. If the spirit of the prophet is not controlled, it will be insanity. It will be prophecy is for edification, exhortation, and comfort, not for destruction and confusion. Mark my word. And so, and why must it be only political prophecy? What are you looking for? You should speak, you do something, you will now say that you should seek spiritual guidance. What are you looking for? Is it a business venture? The Igbos are not the problem of Nigeria. They have contributed in sports, they've contributed in literature, they've contributed in academics, they've contributed in business, they've contributed to the military, they've contributed economically, and contributed politically. And they are the most traveled and integrated group of people among the different nationalities in Nigeria. They build anywhere, they do business anywhere, they marry different tribes, they interact with people, and the president of the business school in Onitsha is a Yoruba man. The president, is the president or rector now, director of the business school, Onitsha Business School, is a professor. He is a Yoruba man, Somebody called me from a Paris confraternity coven, or the Devil's Cove in Enugu. He is a Yoruba man. So all this tribal bigotry masquerading as prophecy must be condemned. The Igbos are not the problem of Nigeria. Nigeria is the problem of Igbos.
Exactly.
Quote me, Igbos are not the problem. Nigeria is the problem of the Igbos.
Sure.
Number two, that the Igbos are desperate to rule Nigeria. Nnamdi Azikiwe, excuse me, let me open it up. Nnamdi Azikiwe has become president before. Umezoke has become speaker. Pius Ayim has become president of Senate. And I said before now that the Igbos do not need to be presidents of Nigeria for them to do well. And some Igbo boys with low mentality came after me and attacked me. No. And I gave an example of several presidents who have come from Yoruba land, come from the north, come from different parts of the country, come from Bayelsa. Their areas have not developed.
At all.
The tallest building in this community here is owned by an Igbo boy. He is a chief in the palace here. Go around Nigeria, you see their businesses. In our national team, you will see Igbos. In any place in Nigeria, you will see Igbos. So they are not desperate to become president, primate Ayodele. They are not. They will do well if left on their own.
Very, very well.
They are doing well even in this terrible system. They are not shouting a big power. No, they are doing well. So they are not desperate. Don't let your hatred for Peter Obi and your allegiance through tribal bigotry to President Tinubu becloud the spirit of God in your mind. That if you have it.
Exactly. That's if he has it.
Of God, you won't open your mouth and utter this kind of divisive and rubbish trash that can be said to be cyberbullying or something that can cause ethnic rivalry, or you're casting aspersion on a race. There is a law to that effect. The next thing is that you said that Igbos betray each other. Is there any tribe that does not betray each other? There's no tribe, no race. Who betrayed Awolowo?
Akintola.
Who said my hands are tied? What happened between Akintola and Awolowo? You just open your mouth and you vomit nonsense in the name of prophecy. Primate, what you did is irresponsible, is unpatriotic, is unspiritual. That the Igbos can never be president now or in the next dispensation. So what? So what? That, no, I'm highly disappointed and irritated. And I believe that people should caution some of these fellows. I just did a video about cautioning Gumi or even arresting him. And the president should caution Primate Ayodele and the Igbo community to write a letter to him, Johannes Indi, write a letter to him and caution him for castigating them and portraying them in a wrong light.
Those ones are the same thing now. Those Johannes Indi will get sense.
That somebody that is supposed to be a spiritual person has made and should not be allowed to lie low. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki.
Thank you, Dr. Charles Apoki. You have spoken well. This is the answer that he deserves. You gave it to him spot on. Not just to come and shout and talk. You gave it to him. That he doesn't even have the spirit of God. He doesn't have it. There's nothing God has nothing to do with such kind of a human being. With lies, propaganda, and hate filled in his heart with only political prophecies, filled political prophecies at all times. Bunch of it. You're welcome, my brother Christian. Thank you so much for joining, bro. Christian.
Bro, choose. Happy Sunday to you.
Same to you, my brother. Welcome.
Yeah. It's a short time, maybe 10 minutes or maybe even 2 minutes. Let me just quickly come in because I'll be leaving now. So the thing is, all this, again, the thing is that when somebody if you do something and if somebody commits a crime or says something horrendous and there's no reprimand, there's no caution, no nothing, not only will that person be emboldened, it will embolden others to go ahead, because this whole thing, it not be today it starts. You remember recently Abika Dabiri, he tweeted that Igbos are monkeys, and nobody did anything. He's a government official. Again, I said it severally. If she was just an ordinary person on YouTube, I don't mind, I don't care. But this is somebody who holds government position, taxpayers she's being paid on taxpayers' money, all the Nigerians, both South, East, South, wherever. Now, she said that the Tinubu government, they just look away, pretend as if they don't know that is something grievous. And the Ohanese and the Igbo politician, they asked her to apologize. Simple apology. You know what she said to them? He said to them to go to court, right? Because she knows what time is it. She knows. Exactly. Then you remember Tunde Bakari also have said it in his pulpit in the past. These are bigoted Yorubas. Not all, because you will see some that will not agree to it, but majority of them, and they're in high position of places, high political position, high pulpit, and they can spin this. That Tunde Bakari talk about Ndibo being caused, that this and this and that.
You said it before, yeah. Right.
And now this one is saying it. But you know what? You know where my blame goes? My blame goes on the entire Igbo politician, all these governors in particular. You know why? You know why, bro? They are in cahoots with the enemies of Ndibo. 100, God bear me witness. When I tell you this, you can doubt it, you may not believe it, because that's another problem. They are in cahoots with the enemies to destroy Ndibo. You see the Uzodema, you see the Soludo, and the rest of them. You know why I say that? Because all this whole thing that has turned Igbo, like, should I say, caricature of football to be played along by everybody in Nigeria is because these people who call themselves governors of Southeast, whom, of course, we know how they came about, you know, they have failed to do the right thing, the things that we are entitled to, what things we are supposed to have. They did not stand up to ask for it and tell the government that if you don't do it, then we walk away, we leave this Nigeria, because that means you don't want us in Nigeria. And those two things, I've said it uncountable number of times, is having a functioning seaport in Alibo or in Biafra land. Let me just say entire Biafra land, because nowhere. Then having international airport that where people can function and do their transaction. That is not to say that Igbo cannot live in Yoruba or Yoruba cannot live in Igbo, but we must have what is ours, the entitlement, what is due on us. To think that the whole of Biafra land, only they put it only in Lagos. And the same people today, they will get up and tell you that you are caused. They will tell up and tell you to park, leave the place. But they will prevent you from having a seaport. These are key issues, because trust me, I've said it again severally, if we have international airport, we have a seaport functioning, that is the Biafra we have gone about, and they know it. You can go and mark it down. The Igbo politicians, the governor, they know it. The Tunubu and the rest of them, they know it. That if we have it, we are gone. We are just gone. They will never see our back. They will not see our back. And that is why they are using that to hold us down. I've tried to explain this severally. I could explain it in much more detail because it goes so deep. But so that's why I said that the insult, the abuse, the hatred, the bigotry, everything on Igbo, it stems from those people you call the governor. Look at Soludo. A few days ago, he went there and just rig around and win an election. A guy who is the one of the #1 enemies of Igbo, and you say it's really Igbo. How? He has spent 4 years, nothing to show for it. He lied to them. He will turn it to Dubai. Where is Dubai? In Anambra? Nowhere. But he has won again. He will be there, God forbid. He will spend another 4 years and walk away. Nothing will change. These people hate Igbo more than the enemies of Igbo. Somebody may not like, so that is the thing. I don't know what it is. It's sad. It's very painful. Very, very painful. What goes on is those people, and except there's a way to deal with them, to get them out, nothing is gonna, hey, Jesus Christ. But go and write it down. You say somebody said this. All these governors, all these criminal politicians that was put there to make sure that the people remain in this situation where every Dick and Harry can just get up, spin hatred, spin rubbish, abuse a whole nation, a whole group of people. But, and again, like I say, if it was just ordinary individuals, I don't mind. Online, we say anything. But people holding government offices, people who have puppet with millions following them, who are supposed to, have you seen any Igbo politician, governor, senator, whatever, come out and talk like just curse Yoruba people or curse even not? If you see one, let me know, because I haven't seen. Who will tell you that Northerners are terrorists? I've never seen any politician in Igbo land. Even though it's the truth, but they will not say it. Also, or this one now, Bianco come out to tell you that Yorubas are betrayers, and she will not do it, even though it's true, but she will not do it. But Yorubas politicians, all these people, they are so emboldened, so brazen, they can just say it because they know that nothing will happen. We saw MC Oluomodem, all those people, during the election, they came out and they said they were going to do this, and they did it, and nothing happened. So it's sad that people, we still do not see the need to know that something is going wrong. That is just the sad story, my brother. Thank you so much, Rachis.
Thank you so much, my brother. I can't agree with you less. You have said it, and what you said is exactly the truth and nothing but the truth. No matter how bitter it is, we must continue to tell them that truth. They must hear it. They must hear it. More especially these our politicians, they are evil. Every politician in Biafra land, they are evil. I saw a video. Did you see that? You see those Northern Forum? The Northern Forum that called for the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that put bounty on the head of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Yeah.
They came out again. They called for the removal of Wike from FCT.
Really?
Let me play their video. I think I have their video today. The same group, the same people, the same person.
Mm-hmm.
They were the one that came. You know, when they came, they issued ransom for the head of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Immediately they issued that ransom. After a week or two, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yes. They came out and they asked for the removal of Wike.
You'll be surprised that Tinubu will remove Wike.
It's gonna happen. Because
Tinubu is answerable to them. There's a reason why they allowed Tinubu to be there. That is why even yesterday, do you know that the terrorists were ransacking everywhere with their motorbikes? But the Tinubu will not ask the Nigerian military to go after them. But today, Adeboye, they are telling them to tell Trump, give them 190 days or 100, whatever. But nothing to show that Tinubu is willing or have the bravery to go after them. He doesn't. But they keep lying, paying people. They keep paying people to be carrying propaganda, both international and local, everywhere, that Tinubu is restructuring Nigeria, that Tinubu is banning Sharia law. It's all lies. But instead of doing something to tackle it, he just concentrates on propaganda and bribery. Both Oyibo people, any Oyibo that he can bribe, he bribed. I saw one in a Tucker Carlson show. You know Tucker Carlson in America. Yes. The guy he said he lived in Nigeria for 50 years. He was just lying. He was just lying. Unbelievable. My brother, they
can bribe anybody that makes himself available.
Yeah.
If you make yourself available, no matter the amount they will bribe you, they will pay you off.
Yeah.
Whether you are black or white, green, yellow, even an angel. If an angel comes, if Pope John Paul allows him, they will bribe him. This is idiot. This is the guy, the same guy that put bounty.
I remember 100%. I remember 100%.
They came after they made that very speech. After 1 week, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya.
Yeah.
They have come out and they called for the removal of Wike. And I bet you Wike is going. Nothing. You see this problem he has with the military and every other thing accompanied, and they see one thing this we don't understand, that they see you as a Nyamiri, they see you as an Igbo man. It doesn't matter what Shetima said it in that video, that audio that leaked.
I heard it.
Even no matter the amount, no matter the fact that Rotimi single-handedly used the money of Rivers State to sponsor Buhari to come to power.
Yeah.
No matter the fact that what did they call it? Rocha Sokorocha, speak Hausa
more than Hausa people. Yeah.
Hausa that they will never trust any one of them.
Even
you see this drunkard that call himself
Wike. Yeah, killing Igbo people, killing his own people. Wike killing his own people in Igbo. And he's an Igbo man. Everybody knows that Wike is an Igbo man. But he has become so hateful of himself and Igbos that he's ready to do anything the enemies want him to do, because of there's one that he was hoping he was going to be a vice with him during the election.
Vice president.
Yeah. So he started massacring Igbo people, and today, because now the water is on his throat, trying to swallow him, he said something the other day that, except if you are from a part of it. You remember that what he just said?
Yes.
And you know who the people he's referring to. Can you see this? So he's now trying to cater, he's trying now to pander to our side. You
don't mind the idiot. They all know what they're doing.
Hey God.
These people can sell their soul for political position.
Their family.
This man, this weekend is going down.
He must.
And his own death will be the most disgraceful.
Yeah.
You know, PDP don't sack him. By the time they drive him again from APC, that time even people in the city will throw stone on him.
Yes, they will spit on him.
He cannot even go abroad because any country where he enter, they will pick him up.
Yes. Yeah. And here's a PDP don't sack him finally. You know.
They don't sack him.
Hopeless Uzodinjo and their likes. He came and lied using the European Union that he has negotiated with them to allow boys to come to Europe and work. All lies. Criminals. Chineke akpọ ha niile ọkụ. Ọ dị egwu.
Let's hear the message from them.
We are requesting you to remove Nelson Wike as Minister of FCT. Even if you want to retain him as a minister, appoint him into another ministry and bring somebody else, because he's towards and he's doing that arrogantly and wrongly. Biggest action of trading was uniform officer declares the dignity of the office of a minister and undermines the image of disciplined governance, forgetting that the loyalty of an officer is to the state and not to personalities.
This is the voice of the northern cabals.
Yeah.
And when the northern cabals speak, Tinubu must listen or he goes.
Yeah.
Tinubu must listen or he goes.
100%.
And he knows very well.
Yeah. He goes, Tinubu will stylishly come and do something, maybe move him to a different department, whatever, Then just to please these people, because these are the caliphate, caliphate stronghold. All these people you see, now them British they use to hold that country down. Fulani. Hey. Everybody they fear them. Tinubu they fear them. He doesn't want to do anything that will upset them because he won the 2027. You will see how it's going to go down. And when
that is the instruction of the Britain. The Britain will always tell you to listen to the Sultan of Sokoto.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you see? Go back and look at the picture, the setting of their sitting when this King Charles came to Nigeria to visit. You saw the way they sat.
Yeah, I saw it.
You saw the way they positioned themselves.
Yeah.
Charles himself with the Sultan of Sokoto were the ones in the front, and every other person were behind them.
Yeah.
Every other king, every other tribe were behind them.
Yeah.
To tell you that whatever they agree is what's going to happen.
100%.
As long as you go to Chatham House to go and take permission to become a president,
yeah,
you must put the interest of the Fulani first.
And upon all these things happening, when you go, you see people like Peter Obi, they do one Nigeria say go president, he never see. When you go on the media too, you see the one they call Dr. Damage them and Chidiwa and the rest of them, when some of them when the enemy give birth to them, so they are working against Audio. Nah, we have always said it that our freedom is going to be like a camel going through the eyes of a needle, which is an almost impossible imagination. But we know that Chukwuka, he can do all. There's not impossibility is not in him. So that's why I believe very strongly that we will be free from this demonic shackle that the British locked us into. There's so much hatred. I've never seen divisiveness, bigotry, the type that exists in Nigeria, the level of hatred. You ask yourself, so why do you want to continue to be in one country with so much hatred? Not even up to what happened in Rwanda, the level of hatred among the tribes when they massacre hundreds of people and they find a way to get over it, but the one of this Nigeria is even worse. It's worse. Yeah, Nigeria own is worse. Why? Because whether they massacre or no massacre, it's not going to work. There's nothing that can make Nigeria work. Well, unfortunately, a lot of people have that illusion that it will work, that Nigeria can be one, blah, blah, blah. It's never going to happen. This looming is right there in our front. What is going to happen? Because nobody can stop these northerners from the agenda they've said. People want to take over the UK. They want to take over America. They are hoping that they can. If you see, there's a guy they just elected mayor in New York, right?
Yeah.
If you see the video, one Islamist guy was making that they now capture New York, the biggest, the number one city that Islam has captured it, and they will move from there. I say, really? Under Donald J. Trump. And people have to wake up. These people have to wake up because it's a serious stuff going on. You know, it is serious. All the
That is my brother. We need to take them serious. So forget these people. They can take them as many years as possible. Don't even give them the chance at all. That is the most important thing. Don't give them that chance.
100%. That is what I like about Hungary. Yeah, Hungary.
Yes.
Yeah, you cannot.
Don't even allow them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once you allow them, before you know it, all these idiots will come and begin to tell about human rights and human rights and human rights. Don't even allow it at the first place.
Yeah. All this
Japan doesn't give them any chance. Japan doesn't allow it. You don't build any mosque there. You don't try it.
Yeah. All this UN, United Nations, you see, African, whatever, they are all criminal. They are all into it. They are all into it. They say that the one world religion, Adeboye is among them. There's a video on that effect some years back. They held a meeting in UK, you know, that they will push the agenda of one world religion. But whether they will succeed or not, we shall see. Time will tell. But that is what is going on. That is why you see that one from Africa, you know, be like maybe Somalian guy coming to talk that there's no Christian genocide in Nigeria. Can you imagine? Yeah.
It is so sad. Even that one, I played a video here. Even a fellow Muslim was challenging him. How can he say such a thing? A fellow Muslim was complaining and challenging him. Why you get there? I was happy. The only video I was happy when I saw the video of Abel Damina. I just played it now. You know Abel Damina, right?
Yes.
Here, Abel Damina made the same exposure that young man made, because Abel Damina, his own family was attacked. You know, his father was a pastor in the north.
Yes, I heard it.
His own family house was attacked.
Yeah.
He was a victim 2 to 3 times.
Yeah.
He made his own video. And people continue to lie about this issue. The one that called and said Adeboye said he will not say anything. He just imagine.
And
they call themselves men.
They are not Christian. They are not Christian. They are not Christian. These people are not Christian. I'm telling you the gospel through this redeem and the deeper life. These are not Christian. So they can deceive those they will deceive. But and you know the problem is that this Islamization agenda is been on the works for many decades. Not be today start. So they lay down a serious foundation to it. First of all, like in the East, they were able to make sure that the politician that comes out of Southeast, Igbo land, like all these governors, they will be those that either have gone through that old situation, you know, that they will, you know, do this, do that, swore to caliphate, or those who they just tell them, look, we give you this, give you that, but this is what you must do. This is what, because this is the agenda. So if you agree, fine. If you're not, they kick you out. You know, so this is what we see happening. Even that one, Alex Yoti, I've said it again and again and again. I said that they are all suspects. They are all suspects because his right-hand man is Sanusi, who is, I wouldn't say implicated. He was the architect of the beheading of that Akaloka. He's a very personal friend too. So you'll be surprised what is going to unfold moving forward. Exactly. You know, that is all those Islamic banks. People are spending their money just so to buy people over, to win them, because that is their sole objective. Saudi Arabia is trying to moderate, but at the same time sponsoring jihad and Islam in all these African countries, like Burkina Faso, like Ghana. The same Ghana guy I told you I talked to last week. He said that the first offer Saudi Arabia offered to Ghanaian was to build mosques for them, but that they rejected it. They told him that they have enough already. That what they need is development, investment, hospitals, stuff like that. Then they went to Burkina Faso. The guy rejected it too. You see? Yeah. You see? So with Turkey, these are nations who are sponsoring Islamism, you know. Right? But the thing is, people just have to wake up, because these people, they don't mean well at all. Leave people alone. Practice your own religion, you know. So, but we will not stop. We will keep talking about this thing, because if they don't remove that law, Sharia law in Nigerian constitution, let everyone go their separate ways. But which we know they will not do, because they've invested so much in it, and they believe in their heart of heart that they've conquered the whole Nigeria. You see them on your line saying how they won Nigeria, that British, they battle and they handed over to them. So they have this mindset. And Sultan of Sokoto is acting today like he is the owner of Nigeria. He goes to different places, the way he talks, you begin to wonder, who is this guy? Eh? Somebody from Futa, people who are not even indigenous in the land.
That's the head of the head of the company now. He's the managing director of British company now.
Exactly. Tinubu, all of them, they bow to him. So if you are ready to bow to him, play ball, and you allow them to push Islam on you, then they give you a chance to be president, So this is what is going on. But another painful aspect is that I don't know if it's because of the great hunger, huge poverty in the land, because there's another weapon they fashion out, that with extreme poverty, it's easier to get people on your side. All these guys on YouTube, lots of them, I see them sometimes on YouTube, everything they're telling you is Tinubu's propaganda. When Tinubu is not doing anything, they are telling you that he has done this, he has done, but he did nothing. And Tinubu and his Yoruba government, they are trying to manage the time, just keep pushing propaganda, buying people up, and as they're doing it, time is going. We are entering 26 now, maybe 26 or 27, God forbid that Nigeria continue to be in one piece. But if it does, before you know it, we'll be 27. That's how fast time goes. And Tinubu continue, this game. And, he's just time buying, stonewalling. And he wins again. He continue. Whatever happen, whatever. Until he finishes, he wash off his hand, he's gone. Another annual fiaba. It's crazy, bro. Yeah, exactly. Oh, of course, he goes back to Fulani, right? Because there's
exactly.
He goes back to them, and this time, oh my God,
this time,
yeah,
they're not gonna give chance again.
Shetima, because if he goes back, Shetima will take it,
Yes,
and he will just go haywire. Look, since when Trump started all this pronouncement, there's no single day that passes you don't see these terrorists making move, acting one way or the other. Every day.
They intensify.
Every day. Yeah.
To show you that the government they are not ready for anything.
They're not. Yeah, they just want to deceive Americans.
Give that warning. The attack has increased more than ever.
Okay.
Look at the report now. If you check their news, it's all kidnapping and attack everywhere. Attack.
Yeah.
Look at the updates.
Yeah.
Look at the updates now they have in Arise. This one say, account for 3 trillion, and their new CBN governor already. That one already steal 3 trillion already. For how many years? How many years?
Yoruba man, Abi.
Yoruba man now. 3 trillion is missing. 3 trillion. All these people.
Can you imagine?
3 trillion in a country
in less than 3 years. In less than 3 years.
Less than 3 years. When they borrow money every day they borrow money from China. They borrow money. Once they borrow, they steal it. They steal it.
Yeah.
3 trillion they miss now. You can't even find the money. They can't even talk about it. They will never talk about it. They will continue to borrow.
Never. That one is gone. No electricity. No electricity. No hospital. No nothing.
God forbid us to remain in that very contraption.
Yeah.
See, Nigerian police arrest suspect over explosion near bank in Ondo. Launch manhunt for accomplice. That is the last you will hear of that story. You can never hear. They will never catch the person.
Yeah.
Look at this one. Islamic cleric Gumi defends alliance with terrorists. Says, I led 600 bandits to surrender. Imagine. This man is still boldly speaking.
Gumi? He's speaking maybe from Turkey or he's back. Who knows? Wherever.
Maybe from Turkey. I'm not sure. I'm not able to confirm where he is now. He said, Islamic cleric Gumi defend alliance with terrorists. Says, I led 600 bandits to surrender.
Lie.
Imagine the audacity of
they surrender.
Man, the audacity.
They surrender. They put them into the military and they continue to cause mayhem.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Look at this one. Taraba residents raise fresh alarm over armed herdsmen planned attack. You see,
Yeah.
even in the midst of this one, this alarm
Yeah.
when they raise now, you see government don't go do anything. The next news we go hear say they don't go attack the place.
100%.
This
Nothing will
information
happen.
now, they will never do anything about it in Taraba State. Just watch. In the next few days, you will hear say this attack, they carried it out. The residents don't raise alarm or make with the watch. The next news now you will hear say the attack has been carried out. See?
And the media, and the Nigerian media will tell you that they've killed 200 Boko Haram or 200 terrorists. You don't go see anything. No, they just say it, put it out there. Who cares? Just say it. That is it. They don't care. Yeah.
They don't care about anybody. They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care. They say ex-governor Wamoko faces likely police arrest, persecution after admitting his role in sectarian killing. Look at it, the governor is part of it.
Which state?
Ex-governor Wameko, he's from one of these northern states now. Wamako faces likely police arrest, prosecution after admitting his role in sectarian killings.
Okay.
They're not going to do him anything. What think they go do him?
Yeah.
Not be awesome, man. This is the kind of news you hear in Nigeria. The atrocities is increasing every day. See this one. Yoruba Union ask U.S. government to interrogate Sheikh Gumi over activity hideout of bandits. You see, this Yoruba group now, where they go call U.S. when they interrogate you, why not tell Tinubu to interrogate him?
They want Trump to interrogate who? Sheikh Gumi.
Sheikh Gumi.
Why Trump? Why not their brother won't be the president?
My brother, tell me. These people, Yoruba Union ask the U.S. government to interrogate Sheikh Gumi over activism, hideout, or bandit. This is your brother. Why don't you call him in-house? Call him out. Tell him, hold this man responsible. He's the one destroying your government.
Yoruba.
They call U.S. These people, I know they blame people when they call them those names. Where do they call them home? I know they blame people when they call them those names. It's because of the attitude.
Yeah.
The attitude they display.
Yeah.
The way they behave.
Make Trump leave all the things when they in head. Can't they interrogate Gumi for Nigeria? But now your brother will be the commander-in-chief. When they tell you, say, a Miloko, na him be in turn. And you no go fear, no go feel it. Gumi, they come, they go. They walk freely. Hey, oh boy. How do you go?
Look at this one. Kaduna community releases photo of 12 residents, including Ekwa pastor, kidnapped by bandits. Recently, this one now happened 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
2 hours ago, Kaduna community releases photo of 12 residents, including Ekwa pastor, kidnapped by bandits.
Every day things they happen.
2 hours ago.
Yeah.
And you tell me, say Nigeria, where you won't follow, say make you, which angle you want to, let's say make you manage this country? Where? How can any sensible person continue to wish to be part of this kind of madness?
Yeah.
Look at this one. Kaduna's peace deal with bandit collapses amid rising attack, also in Zamfara, Katsina, and Sokoto. All the peace talk where they don't collapse, all their peace talk.
Where little? Where?
All the peace talk has collapsed. Kaduna own don't collapse. Zamfara own don't collapse. Katsina own don't collapse. Sokoto own don't collapse. Imagine.
Yeah.
This message they come 1 hour ago. Then this message they come. Kaduna peace deal with bandit collapses amid rising attack, also in Zamfara, Katsina, and Sokoto. Imagine.
Man, choose. Yeah, God is going to set destruction upon these people because the simple thing everybody, all these people would have done is divide up the country. Let these people have their Islamic caliphate. That's what they want. Simple. You can't fight them. You can't stop them from killing, from kidnapping, from this ravaging. You can't stop it. And you keep, so what do you want? That is the question. They want Islamic Sharia Caliphate. So divide up the country. Let them have it there in the north. The middle belt, can go with the Southern Kaduna and the rest of have their own secular states or whatever. Everybody, it's simple. That case closed. You make law that we, but you will not see a politician. Huh?
I don't know why they are finding it difficult to accept that single truth.
Exactly. You will not see any politician or any media.
Permanent solution. Once you disintegrate the country, 90% of the problem of the country will be solved. The remaining 10% will solve their own.
Yeah, simple. But upon all this bukata all over the place, you still see some Igbo people, they are doing obedient. They say they'll be obedient people. They won't be praying. God. Fire on the mountain. In this fire when they burn for zoo, Peter Obi see they try to say go feel appease anybody. So that is the only area where I agree with that Babalawo, that cultist guy when saying the pastor Ayodele. That is the only place I agree with him. That Peter Obi, 100 of Peter Obi. Oh my God!
More people everywhere. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I have to kick it off.
Yes, bro, choose. Yes, thank you so much. By the grace of God,
Yeah, we'll meet again tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Bye.
I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much for your immense support. Always.
God bless.
Thank you so much. May you guide and protect you. So, my fellow Biafrans, I appreciate everyone that has been able to join us on this very evening program. We have done what we have to do, and we will continue to do more. Remember, tomorrow is sit at home. Tomorrow is sit at home. Any place you are in Biafra land, or if you are living abroad, tell your family members that the sit at home continues. The sit at home continues. Don't get yourself into trouble. The sit at home is more serious now than it has ever been. Remember, on Wednesday is going to be the judgment, 20th of the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are going to find out on Wednesday if they are going to stop the judgment or the judgment will continue. Whatever happens on the 20th, whatever happens, we are not stopping. So we will continue to sit at home until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally. Tomorrow is sit at home. It is something that we agree. Nobody is enforcing it. Nobody is forcing anybody. It's on your own. This is in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and also to call the attention of the world. Now that the satellite of the world is in Nigeria, this is the time to let them see our plight in Biafra land. That is why, if you have not been participating in sit at home, this is the time for you to participate. Join the sit at home. Don't wait for anybody to come and beg you or come and tell you to do this or do that. It is something that you need to do, and you must do it. As long as you are a Biafran, you must be part of this very move. As long as you're a Biafran. As we are rounding up, to every oppressed citizen in that contraption called Nigeria, to every oppressed citizen, it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your location, it doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter who you are. To every oppressed citizen, from the north to the south, to the east to the west, everyone should rise up and now. Let your voice be the sermon. Let your courage be the scripture. And let your truth be the judgment. And the world must read. For in this season, the Lord of justice is rewriting the destiny of nations. The Nigerian terror syndrome ends when the people awaken. The betrayal ends when truth becomes our weapon. And freedom begins when fear dies. Don't ever forget these lines. They are very, very important. Very, very important. Wherever you are joining us from, like and share this program to all platforms, to family and friends, and join us tomorrow morning. We are going to be online tomorrow morning, 7:30, for the sit at home message. And we have a lot of information that we're going to explore tomorrow that we can't be able to touch today. There are so many videos we are going to dive into tomorrow that we can't be able to touch now. So join us tomorrow morning. If you have not yet subscribed touch your notification bell so that you can be able to be notified. Immediately I come online, you join us. Once you join us on time, we end on time. Try as much as we join us tomorrow. Share the program to all platforms. Join the global conversation using the popular hashtag Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Use the popular hashtag Trump versus Terror. Use the popular hashtag Truth on Trial. Use the popular hashtag Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Free Mazi Simon Ekpa, Free Biafra. Continue to speak about these issues. Talk about the genocide of Biafra that have transformed today to Christian genocide. Don't ever forget about that. Let's make this message trend from Abuja to Washington, from Lagos to London, because the generation will not be silent again. Our generation will not be silent anymore. My fellow Biafrans, we will continue to maintain our fearless voice in this very platform, where the truth burns like fire and freedom speaks louder than fear. I appreciate every one of you that have been with me on this program from the beginning to the end. I thank you so much for being part of this program. Hope to catch you again tomorrow morning, where we will continue to engage in our exposition, preparing ourselves for 20th, when Nigeria will be on judgment. Join us tomorrow. Come in with your question, come in with your contribution, come in with your suggestions tomorrow. May Chukwu guide and protect every one of you that have been part of this program, wherever you are joining from. No evil shall befall you. No evil shall befall you. No evil shall befall you. We pray for our leaders, more especially Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu guide and protect them. May Chukwu guide and secure them. May Chukwu give them good health, strength, wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Secure them, protect their lives. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafran shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our leaders shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. See you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu. Thank you so much and stay blessed. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Nigeria don't enter one chance, I swear we'll go with the go so. Yes, men, they kill us every day, for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, them they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they are they run to? Move it down. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jello. Something done the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come more. It is very close at the film. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it on. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. One of them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.